All right, my new favorite sponsor on the Eric Zane Show podcast, Factor Meals. These folks got it right. Nutritious, complete, lower calorie meals, taste outstanding, and you don't have to do all the food prep work. Prepping food is a full-time job. It gets to a point where it's just not sustainable to make all of that food, put it into the containers. It takes a lot of time. And as I talked about before, if only there was a company that put together delicious, nutritious, fantastic meals, all different types of meals for you to choose from, and they package them all for you. Well, enter Factor. Oh my gosh. Absolute game changer when it comes to eating appropriately. You know, you might spend a lot of time making a great meal for you and your family. All right, one meal. It's consistency. Consistency is the key to wellness. If you're the type of person who's looking to lose a little weight, but do it the right way by eating appropriately, getting the necessary exercise and things like that, Factor is awesome because it's such a time saver. You simply grab the meals out of the fridge and off you go. You can pack them for lunch. You can have them for breakfast. You can have them for dinner. It can be on the go. Whatever you need, Factor has you covered. Get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. You pop them in the microwave if you want. No prep, no mess. And here's how you take advantage. Go to factormeals.com/Zane50. Use code Zane50 to get 50% off. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Hey, everybody, it's your old pal, Easy. The only way I've been able to keep this podcast going and growing for the past 5 years, 5+ years, is by working hard and partnering up with people that are smarter than I am. Kevin Brandis is one of those people. Well, actually, you're all one of those people. Most of you. Some of you aren't. But anyway, he has a startup business called Vouch, web-based business. We're going to talk about it right here. You go to the site. You see the products that are available from small local businesses, and you buy them. It's that simple. And it all works for everybody. This is my interview with future entrepreneur of the decade, Kevin Brandis. Kevin Brandis, welcome to the show.
Hey, excited to be here, Eric.
Okay.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it is a great day. And I'm excited about this. You started this from the ground up on your own. Tell everybody about Vouch.
Yeah. So Vouch is a platform that allows content creators and brands to really partner up in a way that they really haven't been able to before. And I don't know if you're aware of this, Eric, but content creators don't actually make that much money. Podcasters and people who put out content on the internet, they get advertising dollars, but I mean, it's really pennies in the dollar. And most of that revenue goes to these big corporations, big networks. And so what we're trying to do here is build a community of people, small business owners, podcasters, really to come together and like really help each other out. And so a lot of enthusiasm behind it. I actually got to give credit to the developers as well that we partnered with as well too. So Kairos here in Grand Rapids did a great job helping me get this up. So
the idea came from you. Is that basically what you thought? Was it because, hey, I want to go ahead and pair brands with podcasters? Because it's brilliant. I love what you're doing.
Yeah. I just, when I hear podcasters promote products and they're pushing them to a million different links, landing pages, what I'm trying to achieve is have everybody go to just one landing page. So your store, Eric, is vouch.store/Eric Zane. And that way your listeners can support you by buying the products that they're already purchasing anyway. So, we're in beta. You're our first podcaster, which I'm stoked to have you as number one.
Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me.
Super excited about it. You don't have to beg for money from your listeners. I love your Patreon group and like that. Those people as well, and continue to do that, members that support Eric on Patreon. But you can just support Eric now just by buying the products that you're already buying anyway. So do you mind if I go through some of the products you have on your Vouch store?
I don't. This is great. Please.
All right. So I don't know if the Split Rock Coffee, this is a veteran-owned coffee company. Two disabled veterans started Split Rock Coffee Roasting. You can actually buy their products on your Vouch store, Eric. I bought
It's in here right now. I've got it right now.
How is it? Pretty good?
It's fantastic. It's got a terrific nutty flavor, which I love, and it tastes like actual coffee. So sometimes coffee, I don't know. Sometimes it leaves a lot to be desired, but
yeah.
I love the coffee. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you can sip it all day long. Disabled veterans, it's a great small business to support. It's not Maxwell House or some massive corporation. It's two disabled veterans in Minnesota. I got the 2-pound bag. It's a great value. So now I sound like an infomercial salesperson, but it is what it is. Then the other product that we have on here is Camp Craft cocktails. So this is awesome. So they send you these jars of like dried fruits. My wife and I had some last week, and she said literally it tastes like vacation. Each one makes 8 to 16 drinks. So like, if you drink alcohol and you need something to spice up your alcohol life, I guess. Camp Craft, they're just great products. So these people got started by making like specialty popsicles out of a food truck. And now they're out of Florida just making these amazing beverages. Just a lot of fun. And then finally, we all have toothbrushes. Hopefully your audience has a toothbrush.
Yes.
But this toothbrush was designed by a dental hygienist. So we go to the dentist, right? You notice how the dental hygienists do all the work?
Yes.
Then the dentist comes in and tells you owe a bunch of money, and then they walk out.
Right.
Well, the dental hygienist that designed this wanted to design a toothbrush that kind of flossed at the same time as as brushing. Now, not going to say that you shouldn't floss, right? Because there's lawyers all over the place, but this is like a microfiber thin toothbrush, and it really gets your teeth much cleaner. It's about $8 on your Vouch store, Eric. And then again, everything purchased on your Vouch store, Eric, helps support you and your mission and your creativity. And the goal here is that, this gets traction and content creators can do their work without having to give most of their money that they earn from advertising to these big corporations. So,
well, that's exactly right. And I can attest to that. Most podcasters, they don't have the luxury of being able to deal with local sponsors like I do, which is the lion's share of how I make money. If I didn't have the locals, I'd be sunk, because you're exactly right. You just don't make a lot of money in all these ads that you hear that play before a podcast or at the end of a podcast. So this adds another bullet in the chamber of helping the podcast grow through you. And, since it's products that my audience can try and fall in love with on their own, they get something out of it. And when they buy something, they keep Vouch growing. And if Vouch keeps growing, I keep growing. These remarkable startup businesses keep growing. It's a win-win. And so just for the opportunity for me to say, hey, go to my Vouch store and check out the stuff, which you'll be hearing a lot about in my upcoming podcast. I mean, the more I talk about it, the more that people support it, the better off everybody is. So it really is a magical thing, and I'm so glad that you went forward with this whole project, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm excited. The way that I'm looking at this, Eric, is like there's no big corporations here. This is small podcasters, small businesses, and just everyday average people supporting each other, which is I think what we need to get back to. So super excited.
Yeah, and that's how it is, And nowadays, when it comes to actual content creation, I mean, I hate to say it, but who the hell listens to the radio anymore? Nobody even does this. I'd rather sit in silence than listen to the radio, frankly. So, yeah. I mean, in order to actually get something going, you have to listen to something through your phone, and that's totally cool. I love that. But this allows for, people to actually make a little cash while they're doing it. So this has been, I think it's been about a year since we started talking about this.
Yeah, this has been a 2-year project. For us. Yep.
So when you brought it up to me the first time, it took about 15 minutes for you to explain it to me. And immediately, I've never told you this, from my standpoint, all the letters, all the boxes were checked right away. And I was
awesome.
like, okay, this is good. Let them be. because he's got to figure this out. You needed people to do shows. I was lucky enough to be asked. I knew it. I mean, I don't just jump into every fucking thing I see. You did it, and I was like, that I'm definitely going to put everything I can behind this effort because I can tell you've got the eye of the tiger, and I'm excited for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I had a great development team hired as well, so I got to give them credit. But like, we're just ready to get the ball rolling and just like make it better for independent media in general. So
yeah. It's so cool. Can you share my actual site so that they can see what we're going to look at, and then how they can go ahead and actually make their purchases? Can we actually do that?
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Vouch.store, here are the products that I was talking with you about. So let's start with Campcraft because, again, great company, small business, actually employ people in Florida. I put a couple different flavors of cocktails for your audience. So the rum bundle, I'm a rum guy, but we have a little something for everybody. Rum, gin, got the old fashioned sangria. I put sweater weather in there. I don't know if you can see it, but cinnamon.
I get you.
Yeah, just very good winter cocktails. Go ahead.
So like on the rum bundle, they'd spend $75 and get 3 of those jars. Yes.
Yes, and each jar makes between 8 and 16 glasses. So,
okay.
I'm thinking. Go ahead.
So, do they pour the rum into the jar, or do they take the stuff out of the jar?
Pour your rum into the jar, let it sit for a day or two, and then when it's ready, when it's done soaking, it creates like a really fancy cocktail, just something that you would get when you go to a fancier restaurant.
Okay. I got you. I see how it is. And then you just pour your drinks out and you have a good time.
Yep. You pour your drinks out, you mix them however you want, you have a great time. So if you're having people over, maybe you need a gift for somebody. Campcraft makes great gifts.
Because I don't drink, but so when the rum has that infusion, they then mix it with. So then you don't drink it straight, right? I mean, can you? Or
you can drink it straight if you want to have a good night really quick. But we mixed it at my house with some soda water with the vodka bundle, and we made some extra cocktails as well.
Okay, excellent. Wow. So there you go. That's a lot. The sangria. I know my wife would love to try that.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, for me, like I drink beer a long time. I kind of got sick of beer, so I've been dabbling in the cocktail space, and it's a lot of fun. So,
can you take me through the process of so you have this idea. That's all you had is an idea in your head. You had to build the technological infrastructure. You had to get content, and you had to get businesses. What did you do? Did you just pick up the phone and start calling people? How did that come to be?
So the biggest part was building the infrastructure. So I partnered with, like I said, a local company here in Grand Rapids. They took care of this, like all the visuals that you see.
Okay.
Again, the company's Kairos. But then to get like the actual people, I worked briefly for an Amazon data company. And so I had a few contacts, roughly 3, from when I was working there. And these are the companies that you see here on the screen.
Okay.
So just from the past, these people came to be. And the hardest part was calling and trying to reach out to content creators like yourself. Not everyone's as nice as you, Eric. I got hung up probably 400 or 500 times because I didn't have a product. Oh, yeah. Because you don't have a product to sell or show, right? So people are getting, spam calls all day long. So there's just me trying to, spam
so wait a minute.
people.
That was you talking to other shows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty simple to me because you said, okay, so this is what I want to do. You do what you're doing. That is the show. You mentioned the Vouch website. I don't have the products, but I will. And when I do, you talk about them. When people spend their hard-earned money, they get the products. You get some of the money. I get some of the money. Wash, rinse, repeat. Interested? Sure. Let me know. Oh, my God.
It's pretty simple, and there's really no downside to it. So
No. I mean, people love, the way I do the podcast, talk 15 minutes, sell something. I mean, that's the trade-off. Talk 15 minutes, sell something. And that's the way it's got to be. It's the only way this works. So I've been doing this for 5 years this way. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm in. Oh my God, it's a no-brainer. I want to share this with my other podcasting buddies, and because I'm the beta.
Yeah,
I'm the guy. Yeah, of course it works. If your audience believes in the show, like the people who support me really, really support me. So I'm going to be like, well, try their coffee, try their toothbrush, try these drinks, try it just once. You're helping me. You're helping Kevin. You're helping all of us grow. It's perfect.
Yeah. And I want to get to the point, Eric, where people can support you by buying all the products that they're already buying anyway. So right now it's 3 products. Next year, hopefully tons. So
yeah, you keep making those calls. I'm proud of you because you told, I don't even know you, and I'm proud of you. You told me, you said, this is what I'm going to do. And by God, you did it. That's freaking great. My God. Okay. So we talked about camp craft cocktails, and then they can also scroll down and they can buy different size coffees.
Correct.
Coffee amounts.
Yep. We got the whole bean. I love whole bean coffee. I think it tastes much better. It's a 2-pound pack. It's a big bulk pack, $20, $21, I think, on Vouch.
Okay.
And then the toothbrushes, like hopefully we're all brushing our teeth. We usually have to buy a couple a year. I have a child's size toothbrush, and then the full size toothbrush. And again, like people are passionate about all different things, right?
Uh-huh.
These people are passionate about toothbrushes, which I've never met anybody who is passionate about toothbrushes. So that was quite an interesting conversation.
I love that it's called Tooth.
Tooth, yeah. TOOF.
What are those two, and what are those other things that come along with it? I have one, but is one thing like help you massage your gums or something?
So when we are done brushing our teeth, we put our toothbrush in like a cup usually, and it stands there.
Yeah.
And throughout the day, like there's germs floating around your bathroom.
Correct.
If you actually go to the Tooth website, they'll talk all about how much germs are actually on your toothbrush before you put it in your mouth. But
very gross.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that. So that's actually a cover that keeps those germs off. And then a suction cup that suction cups it to your mirror so you can keep your toothbrush actually clean before you put it in your mouth.
Okay. I said, I was like, what is that, a gum massager?
Nah, it'll actually just keep it nice and clean.
All right. Excellent. Well, yeah, that's all great. I'm excited. So upon viewing this, audience members viewing it or hearing it, we're officially in business, correct?
Yeah, as of when you put this on your podcast, this will be our first one, and it'll be a great story to tell.
Man, I'm stoked. What am I forgetting? What else is there to talk about here on this story?
I think we covered it. I really want people to think of this as, small businesses, small brands, independent content creators, just coming together and like getting back to that, helping small business. I mean, we walk through Walmart. It's $1 billion company. Products on the Walmart shelves, $1 billion products, $1 billion companies. Like that's not this.
Right.
That's not this. And if you're looking for a way to spend your dollar while supporting the content you consume or the message you believe in or the people you believe in, like that's what this is. So
there's a spot on the website too. So let's say you do a podcast that 10 people listen to. Don't think that that's something that Kevin's not interested in. Reach out to him, because if your audience of 10, if 2 people buy stuff, that's how you build. You got to start somewhere. So reach out to Kevin if you are a creator. And if you have a product, there's a spot there that you can reach out to Kevin as well. So this is wide open, and the more the merrier. There is no like, as far as I can tell, a way to cap this, because as long as there's people going in and taking a look at the products, they can take advantage of this.
Yeah, we're small podcast friendly, right? I mean, the biggest podcasters, Eric, if you have 1,000 listeners, which I know you have significantly more than that, but if you have 1,000, you're in the top 1% of podcasters.
Wow.
And if you're in the top 1%, like it should be about time we monetize.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really been kind of like a one-sided affair. Somebody's making money, but it's not the people who make the show.
Right. It's somebody else. Story of our life.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. How long have you been in the area?
I grew up in the West Michigan area. So
okay. So that's how you remember me, from either PA work or radio work, and then.
So I worked in radio while you were in radio. I was not near as popular as you. But I listened to you, and my favorite bit was the one, and I think we mentioned it, where you would interrupt people and just be really rude in the interview.
The dude.
Yeah. Yes, the dude. And that was my favorite Eric Zane bit. I also loved you listening. I loved how you would talk about like parenting. And I always thought you'd make it, because I'm a parent too, and I'm a very imperfect one. And so I try my hardest, right? But it's a difficult job.
Right.
And I just loved how you told those stories, because that resonates with me.
Well,
so.
that's funny you say that, because, there was always a sinister level to every one of those stories. So when, like, I'm talking about my kids going crazy and Greg would say, well, what did you do? I would make him very uncomfortable by saying, well, I did what you're supposed to do, and I would hit them. So now, of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. Of course I don't. I'm not encouraging you to hit your kids, but we've all thought it. We've all thought it about that. So that was kind of like the method behind the madness of those stories. I'm glad you were able to hear them when they happen.
Yeah, it's real life. Like we're not perfect people, like let's just talk. Let's be real, right? So
you sent me a thing to fill out that I never did fill out about, hey, fill out this form of products you like and things like that. It was a Google Doc. I still have to do that. I apologize.
Don't even worry about it, because I got some products. So.
Okay, good. Kevin Brandis, I am so excited. Everybody can go to vouch.store/Eric Zane, vouch.store/Eric Zane. You'll be seeing it, hearing it everywhere. I can't wait to watch things develop for you, and you're growing your business. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate you. It's all about, the podcasters and the content creators. So,
okay, I'm going to end this, but we're still going to talk afterwards. So say something. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Perfect. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. That works.
All right. So there you go. Another bullet in the revolver for your old pal EZ. Vouch.store/Eric Zane. Get the cocktails, get the coffee, get the toothbrush, and away we go. Thank you so much for checking this out. Bye-bye.